Four-time CCMA Award winner Shane Chisholm on the line this afternoon. Shane, congratulations on the success of your brand new song, man.
Oh, thanks a lot, Jeremy. You know, it was a lot of fun making that one. It was one of my favorite ones on my album project, so I'm glad I got to put it out there.
You're an Alberta boy from Chisholm, raised on a farm. How did you get introduced into country music?
Well, when I was just a little boy, I've got two other siblings. I was the youngest of the three, so I always had this low voice. And apparently, my mother used to take us to like grocery stores and stuff like that, and I'd get my cheeks pinched. It'd be, oh, look at this cute little boy, and I'd be like, hey, stop that. so she put my low singing to good use. She would dress us up in Western gear and put us on stage there at talent shows, and I would always sing the bass lines. It was quite comical.
You know, back in 2009, your debut album was called Hitchhiking Buddha. The single Kicking Up Dust did pretty darn good, man. 5 years later, how have you grown musically since that album came out?
Well, I'm kind of like I do most of everything myself. Like I produce my own albums, and I've done that since I started doing my own music. And songwriting, you know, everything seems to be getting better. Like I see the progress, and you know, I'm surrounding myself with really talented people. That helps you grow like big time, especially you know, trying to learn as much as you possibly can in this business, and it's so interesting. And there's so many cool people and so many great stories, and it's just nice to just be able to grow in this business. It's always been a dream of mine to be in it. So here I am, and I'm still growing. So that's what I'm happy about.
Again, we got singer Shane Chisholm on the line this afternoon. Shane, who were some of your musical influences growing up?
Growing up, well, we always had like Patsy Cline and Jim Reeves playing in the household, and later on I discovered, you know, the Beach Boys and the Beatles, and then immigrated onto British heavy metal of all things. I was a huge Iron Maiden fan, and that actually got me started playing bass guitar, and then immigrated back to country because you know, you can't really sing heavy metal with a baritone voice. It's kind of hard. You just sound like a drunk dad at a wedding. But some of my country influences for singing were at the time were and still are Keith Whitley, John Anderson, Merle Haggard, a lot of the greats. But I was really drawn to the baritone voice and decided to make a go at it myself, and I started doing that, and then did that for a while, and then I was always a bass player, so I ended up starting to play bass for you know, Canadian country artists for quite a while, and I really enjoyed that, and met a lot of great people, and I still have friends today through doing that, and learned a lot. And I said, well, you know what, I'm getting tired of just sitting backstage and eating the cheese. I'm going to try and make some of my own albums there, and then I started writing some tunes. And the very first song I wrote for my album was actually a true story that happened to me. It was a story of the hitchhiking Buddha, where I seen this bald fella wearing an orange robe hitchhiking on the number one highway, and I just wrote a story about it, and it ended up being the name of my first album.
Shane, how would you describe your type of music?
It's mixed. I know I'd like to be thought of anything. I think it would be like a singer songwriter, just because I don't have a specific genre. I just like all kinds of music, but I live in the country genre. But I like to bounce from style to style, like in my writing and in some of my production. So I'll have like a straight up bluegrass song. I'll have a straight up rockabilly influenced song, and then maybe a pop country song mixed with. And it's just a variety of things that I'm interested in. I always like to take the things in my life and put them through music, you know, like especially when we do cover songs. We do our own versions of cover music, and I do record them. I did a version of This Flight Tonight, which was probably made more popular by Nazareth, but we did a country version, and it's basically we grew up listening to this music, and we used to sit around the campfire, and we also used to gang sing it when we were kids. So it's just nice to be able to still have that in my heart and still live it to this day.
You took part in Tim Hortons Camp Day on Wednesday. I saw a couple pictures on your Facebook page in Calgary performing at a Horton store. Why did you decide to do that?
I know it's I support a lot of charity events. I know it's hard traveling and doing it all. But I have like 3 or 4 charities that I work with exclusively, and Tim Hortons Camp Day is definitely one of them. So we try to get out as many as we can to help, and some of the other charities, Ronald McDonald House charities, that we like to do as much as we possibly can for, and just whenever we can, it's just like we're musicians, and we do have a voice, and we can't give much because most of us independent artists are barely squeaking by. But I know the gift of music and sharing it at events is something that we can definitely do, and I encourage all artists to get more involved in charity work.
I have to ask you, Shane, as well, judging from your pictures there, what the heck kind of musical instrument were you playing?
Well, that particular event, because I'm kind of building up a little bit of a reputation of taking recycled material and making musical instruments out of them. I've been making instruments for years, but lately I've been doing recycled things. So, that's my gas tank bass. It's a fuel tank from a Chevy Astro van, and I obviously I purged it and I made a stand-up bass guitar out of it. I've been playing it for years, and it sounds pretty decent. And all the Canadian Airlines let me fly with it. I just can't say it's a gas tank at the airport, But that's fun. I've done a lot of different things, and kind of pertaining to sporting events too. Like I made a replica to the Stanley Cup musical instrument.
Oh, cool.
We do a lot of stuff with the Curling Association of Canada, so I made an old school corn broom guitar, and now I'm making a gray cup bass right now.
So you got a brand new song. We'll get to that in a few minutes, but that must mean there's an album maybe around the corner sometime.
Well, yes, I've got everything all tracked and ready. I'm just trying to decide on a release date, and I was thinking about adding like a bonus track, so just to put it all together. But everything's all done. I'm just waiting for the right time to put her out there. I'll definitely make sure I'll send as many CDs as I can there to you guys, if you don't mind giving them away to the good people out there. All
right, let's talk about your brand new tune. I Ain't Done Loving You Yet. I'm liking that song, man.
I didn't write that particular song, but it chose me. I write songs, I co-write songs, and then songs out there. You don't choose the song; the song chooses you, right? And it spoke to me and I loved it from the very beginning. So I really enjoyed the process of putting music to it and getting that up and going, and I love performing it too. It just makes me feel good. There's definitely some doubt between the relationship, and he's just ensuring her that he's in love with her, and she's in love with him. Just kind of re-strengthening your bond. Like a couple that's been together for a while. You need to do that to keep everything new and exciting, and get that back in your life. I think that would be like the basics of it.
Appreciate you taking time out this afternoon.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Jeremy.
That is Shane Chisholm, and this is his brand new single. It's called I'm Not Done Loving You on CFWE FM.